everyone, Mgtow Jesus here. I hope all of you are having had a wonderful weekend and you're looking forward to a great week in the life of success. Hoorah! I know you guys have been telling me about my fire alarm. It is powered by the house, but it has a batteries thing in it, and there's no batteries in it. It's been like that forever. And I keep forgetting about it, and I don't even hear it until you guys help me think about it, and then I hear it. Anyways, what I want to talk about today was doubts among the Mgtow. I chose this image and I'll continue to talk about what I want to talk about, and hopefully this image will help you see what the metaphor is here, if you haven't already figured it out. But anyways, I'm worried that a lot of Mgtow are starting to have doubts. That's fine. What worries me is that in this social media life that we live, and where everything is just relevant based on the timeline in which it came out, we've got to keep putting out the content, because I hate that the message must be repeated, and I don't want to sound like a broken record. But there are great Mgtow videos that have come out years ago, well before my time here, that I think should be heard. And what's sad is that there are Mgtow channels that have disappeared, like Mayor of Mgtown got taken down, and Mgtow United / Angry Mgtow, he's gone. Now, I will say this about Angry Mgtow, as I did in my previous video, some of his stuff started getting a little off the deep end, in my opinion. But his early stuff, to me, he was right up there with the early Stardust, early Barbarossa, Sandman, Mayor Mgtown, Mgtow Mayor, or whatever. The thing is, some of these older videos were in the most infantile stage of Mgtow. A lot of them had some rage in them, but some had a clear message. And it's sad to see it go. Well, what I'm talking about here, though, is that we've seen a lot of these Mgtow. If you look in the Mgtow troll videos or the anti-Mgtow videos, you'll see them in the comments. They are men that used to be Mgtow and have decided that the philosophy is for adolescent man-children that, as once quoted, adolescent man-children that can't handle the world in which women reside, either out of fear or or they're incompetent. That's very disturbing. Now, granted, that's his own opinion. Like the dude would say, yeah, man, well, that's just your opinion, man. But where'd he get that from? You know? Maybe he got it from other anti-Mgtow or the feminist videos that were bashing Mgtow at the time. Maybe he's just a sucker for the news and he's just a sucker for bad media. Could be the case. But I think someone else left a comment. They said that they said we need a leader in Mgtow so others can distance themselves from the loonies, from the weirdos, from the these conspiracy theorists and these crazy guys with these bad messages. I'm all for that. I would love to be a help in that. I can't be your leader. Not that I can't be a leader, it's that I choose not, or that I don't think I should be your leader in the Mgtow community. I think that it doesn't need one. However, I think that there are those who are very influential. And I'd say almost like a senate, have your network of about 30 or 10 to 30 Mgtow channels that are very influential, and try to stay within those parameters. Find them based on their video history and the consistency in their message. If there's someone you think you should follow, I know that little follow button or that subscribe button is really easy to click. And sometimes I subscribe to channels to keep an eye on them. But when you hit follow, the word follow should carry a little more weight for you. Just a little bit more. Because as you see, some people will follow and they'll believe in it. But then their doubts start to wane as the civil unrest with feminism and all this kind of stuff starts to begin, and the social justice bullshit comes in, and all the rape culture crap, and walk a mile in her shoes type of stuff, and you're just trying to keep your sinking ship afloat. You're just trying to make it work. You're just trying to just take on the bashing and take on the punishment and hope that hopefully it'll end. Hopefully it'll go quiet. Hopefully they'll let you go back to what it is that you do. But it won't stop. It just won't stop until you're swallowed up by it. Now, I'm disappointed to see some Mgtow go, because even if at the time they were with doubt, or they had a message that seemed a little too hate filled, or less poetically put or politically put, I, even even some of the best Mgtow channels started out with the red pill rage. If anybody remembers, about 2-3 years ago, if that, there were a lot of Mgtow videos, and a lot of them were talking about the red pill rage and talking about venting the anger and how it was healthy, or the perspectives and what's basically waiting for you at the end of the tunnel. And it was other men telling you, yeah, you're going to be angry. Yeah, I was angry too. It's not the end of the world. No, you don't hate women. It's okay. It's okay to be mad. A little misogyny isn't going to kill you. And it was helpful to some. It really helped some men feel like they were actually getting a couple jabs in against the waves. You know, they were actually getting a couple hits back, and it felt good. And it was okay to feel something. It was okay to feel good about standing up for your gender, for your ideology, for your masculinity, for your sexuality, for your race, whatever it is that you felt you needed to stand up for. It felt good. But I think what has happened is these you're growing up. Men that have been starting to watch these videos, you're growing up, and if you've been in Mgtow for a week, years, it doesn't matter. The loneliness will set in. The when you see your friends starting to date other girls, you start to question. You start to think a little bit, but just keep watching. Patient. Let time reveal itself to you. And what you're going to see is you're going to see your same friends that are super happy, and they're talking to this girl, and they're getting all these pictures, and they're sending selfies. And in about a month or two, you'll start to see things falling apart, and then they'll start coming to you with their problems. And that's when you have to say something. You've got to catch it right at the start. Your friend comes to you. If he's your friend, you want to share knowledge with them and you want to help, fine. But understand that if he comes to you about a woman, and it's distracting him from his career, it's distracting him from something more pressing, like getting that new car he wants or things like that, then you have to turn to him and tell him, remind him of what he's after. Say, hey man, you're supposed to be focusing on this interview for that dealership job. You're supposed to be focusing on getting that apartment in downtown that you want. Why are you bothering yourself and stressing out over this chick? Over this girl? She doesn't even appreciate the fact that you're taking the time to build a better life, and that you're willing to let her be a part of it. And she doesn't have to do anything. She just has to wait. Fuck that. And you got to put it in perspective for him, because that's just a tiny dose of the red pill. That's just like a mashed up, watered down, child version of the red pill for them, and it'll slowly turn them red pill. You can't just dump that on them and say, oh, well, women are full of shit, and they're this, they're that, blah, 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 because he's not going to hear you over the waves. He can't hear you over the storm. But if you just show him, it's the little hints along the way can help that guy get further, can help him slowly climb above the water. Now, the reason I chose this picture was that the men in the boat are the gynocentrism. They are men that are stuck in that world, and they are holding on for dear life. They're doing everything they can. I mean, they dropped the sails. They're not even putting up a fight anymore. They're not even putting up a fight. They're saying, okay, fine. We won't even argue with you anymore. Whatever you say goes. Crash your waves, smack against the boat, tip us over. We're done. We're not even going to fight with you anymore. And the waves are just the relentless barrage of toxic masculinity and hashtag yes all men and hashtag kill all men and and troll. It's okay. Those guys, they've done everything they can, and now they're just waiting for their impending doom. They know it's coming. They're gonna fight the good fight, and they hopefully won't go peacefully into the good night, as they probably would say. But Peter sees something that he didn't think was possible, and he sees it for his own eyes. Now, Jesus in this picture, the idea is his philosophy. I'm not using him as who Jesus was. I'm not using him in the Bible. I'm talking about the imagery of this man. We'll just say we won't have to name him Jesus. We'll call him Paul. No, let's call him Kurt Cobain. Why not? Kurt Cobain is showing these men that he is living the philosophy, and he is unhurt. He is impervious to the raging storm around him. He can't be touched by these waves that these men are allowing to be destroyed by. He's not. He's above that. He doesn't need to worry. He doesn't need the boat of traditions. He doesn't need the sinking ship of what they were taught as a child to be. Don't hit girls. All this kind of stuff. He's not riding in the boat of social conditioning and being barraged by relentless hatred. That's, as you can see, indiscriminate. It just attacks whatever it wants. It just does what it does. But there he is. There's Mgtow Jesus, the physical embodiment of the philosophy, showing them, if you believe in this, if you give this your all, if you understand and you move forward in your life and don't waver, you have nothing to worry about. And you see Peter, the one of many there, decides, I'm going to do it too. I'm going to do it too. I'm going to walk out. I'm not letting these waves get me anymore. I'm not going to be afraid anymore. I'm going to go my own way. And as you can see, he starts to have his doubts. So that's why I chose this picture. I think it's a perfect picture for this conversation. And I hope that each and every one of you out there, whenever you start to have the doubts, just remember that you are not alone. That there are other Mgtow that are living that life, and they're probably experiencing the same thing as you are, and going through the same hardships that you are. Hopefully by the time I'm 40, 45 years old, I'll be retired. I don't have the kind of education and the kind of connections and such that like Sandman does by his own descriptions and all his videos. It sounds like he's got a pretty busy, fulfilling life doing a lot of cool things that he has aspired himself to do, and plays the game in a Mgtow way where he doesn't fall for worshiping the vagina, because if he had, then he wouldn't be as financially well off or as fulfilled as he is. And he's another perfect example. He's a man living the message and enjoying his life. So whenever you have that doubt, whenever you feel that you're sinking back into the waves and you're listening and you hear the others telling you it won't work, you can't do it, come back. Don't be like that. When you hear the doubts setting in, just remember, look at the other videos, listen to the message, and hopefully that'll pull you back out of the water. So thanks for listening. I try to keep this one a little shorter. I appreciate your time. You guys, man, you're the reason I do this. Take care. Have a good one.